State-owned enterprises, I've spoken about this before, how the companies are usually typically 51% owned by the state. And so they are allowed, basically they're like owners in the companies. Now you can argue that with different subsidies that we've done here in the United States, is that a form of ownership? And remember that there was some ownership during the 2008 thing where the government did come in and they bought portions of, I believe it was the automotive makers to try to prop them up. But this is something universal that's in China. So because they are technically state-owned enterprises, or SOEs, then they are allowed to give favorable tax breaks and loans and government subsidies directly to prop up industries that are directly in competition with the United States. But we do the same thing. I mean, look at the oil industry. These people make billions and billions and billions of dollars, and we subsidize them every fucking year. I did a show on that. I'm sure it's going to come up again. So is that unfair? Yeah, but we do it too. So even though we don't specifically do it under the same umbrella, we're doing the same thing. We're propping up industries through government funding, right? So we might get rid of DEI, but there so far, and probably I would assume there's going to be absolutely no talk about removing subsidies to oil companies, right? So this is where I'm saying that it's going to be like a, oh, look over there. We're talking about, him removing certain things, but then letting other certain things fly. And we have to keep our eye on the ball. We really do. Currency manipulation, I've spoken about this before. If you're China and you are going to export things out to the United States and your currency is valued less than the US dollar, when your items get to the United States, they are going to be cheaper to buy for an American. So what typically happens is that Americans would be like, yes, absolutely, I'm going to buy this sweater for $15 and I'm not going to buy this American sweater for $20, right? Or this Swedish sweater for $20 or whatever the case is. Now, all countries participate in currency manipulation, right? We manipulate our currency. China manipulates their currency. So the thing is that we all manipulate our currency. So what Trump is saying and what others have said in previous administrations is that China is purposely devaluing their currency. Well, of course they are. Yes, and we do it too. We just don't do it in the same way.